Hey there. So today I want to talk a little bit about tarot, maybe a lot about tarot, but basically, I struggle sometimes with whether or not it seems like, like the Barnum effect, basically, that that it's vague enough to apply to anyone, and maybe that's true. However, I know that when I am watching tarot regularly, I feel very spiritually in touch. There are, you know, I'm hearing all day that there are messages coming in. Sorry, hold on. So loud. From my higher self, and I believe that. I feel that. Like I haven't been able to feel my mom, but even just one of the tarot readers suggesting that a parent who had passed was with me on the other side and rooting for me and setting things up was, whether it's true or not, whether it applies only to me or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is that it made me feel better. And I get a lot of direction and pretty sound advice when I listen to tarot readers. A lot of the times I notice myself getting caught up in a pattern where I just keep on watching the same kind of video over and over again. It always is dead on, and again, maybe that's the Barnum effect, but regardless, oh I just want you guys to know that because I have all these damn piercings in my nose itches all the time. It always feels like there's something tickling it. Sorry, this is what I do. It's the price of having nose piercings, I suppose. So anyway, like I was saying, there are some times where I feel like I can get so sucked into it that I'm like just watching video after video after video after video, which from the perspective of me, like, I don't know, it's got an element to it that's really addictive and can get into a place where you're like, for instance, if you're like watching videos about, like for instance, my dude in Colorado, like basically you'll hear the same message or something over and over and over again, and it just begins to be this focus on that person. You know what I mean? You just keep on watching videos and thinking about it, and that's not really helping. So I've stopped doing that, and I've switched to the ones that are saying the universe has a message for you, or like things like that that are not focused on him. I'm getting so much feedback in these videos about how I really need to be doing what I'm doing right now. I'm making these videos that I keep on hearing consistently that there's a big change in my life coming with regard to basically everything, that I'm graduating to a new level. And dear Lord, I feel like I have. I feel like this thing with Colorado, dude, is the last test of my former self. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I've finally fucking outgrown that, which is spectacular. And I feel like as long as I can keep myself focused on the path that I'm on right now and just really focus on making content, I don't want to check on views because that just stresses me out. It makes me feel anxious. I'm not going to post on Facebook anymore every day because, again, checking to see if anybody's viewed it like makes me feel weird because no one viewed my video yesterday. But that's okay because I think it's really important to document where I am right now. Like someday I am hoping to be able to cut and edit some of these early videos to contrast where I am right now with where I am in the future at that time. And for that reason, just screw it. I'm not going to worry about anything other than finding topics that I want to talk about and talking about them and recording it. And that's that. I think that in this day and age, there's so much healing and like so much learning and healing to be had with the internet and YouTube specifically. There's so much you can learn about anything you want to learn about, and anything, like anything you want to learn. It's amazing. Like, okay, I'm getting away from tarot. That's really all I wanted to say about tarot. In defense of tarot, I believe that the universe speaks to us in all kinds of ways, and that's just one. And for me, it feels like a pretty direct one. And for me in my isolation, where like the only person I talk to all day is Henry and my awesome neighbor Barbara, who shows up like once a day, just to check in and say she loves me. I love her too. I love you, Barb. Um, you know, it's nice to be able to commune with something, and communing with my higher self, or with spirit guides, or with the universe, or with the divine, or with God, or with whatever the hell, you know, I feel centered. And for me, that's huge, because my life has been so off balance for nearly 50 years. The first 50 years of my life were fucking insane. And I'm working on the 50th year right now, by the way. So my next birthday, I will be 50. The next 50 are not going to be the same. I am, this, living off of Social Security disability, having, you know, public housing assistance, all of these things, while they are absolutely a lifesaver, I also don't want to depend on them for the rest of my life. And I don't want, you know, my budget to be set at the same, you know, scarce amount indefinitely. Like, part of what I'm going through right now is having the courage to step outside of my safety zone in this incredibly satisfying space that I've found myself in, with this apartment, with, you know, the security that I've found, not having to work, which was devastating to me, to have to work, because it was just so turbulent inside that trying to act like I had it together for 8 hours a day or whatever is difficult for me. So, just not to have to go every day and put on a mask is such a relief and such an accomplishment. One that I never thought that I'd be able to accomplish, or I just didn't see how it would ever happen. First time I talked about getting on disability was like 10 years ago. And at the time, it was just impossible. I needed money now, and you can't be working or very minimally working. So it was just not something that was easy to make happen. And the whole suicide thing, fortunately, like the only good, really good thing, well, so much good actually came out of it, because I've learned a ton. I've been in therapy for the last 5 years. So a lot of good actually came from that. What was I saying? Oh, the good that came out of the suicide attempt. Oh, I forgot what I was saying. I do this all the time. Sorry. Yeah, I don't want to make you wait for me to try and figure out what the fuck I was just talking about. Sorry. So, getting out of my comfort zone. The security that I've built up with my life right now, where I feel like for the first time in my life, I have consistent income that's not threatened. For the first time in my life, I have a home that I can afford, and that I do not feel threatened of eviction or not being able to afford it, or, you know, how am I going to come up with the rent? That's no longer a problem. That is enormous. My whole history as a single mom was just completely being overwhelmed every goddamn month about how I was going to pay the rent, how I was going to pay the bills, just so much. I need to take a moment with where I'm at right now to acknowledge that this place that I've created, this space that's safe for me to heal and to grow, that's full of rainbows and plants and light, and, you know, my focus here has been healing, and I have, and this is such a great safety net for me. And the issue here is that if I pursue this whole YouTube channel in an effort to get monetized so that I can fund my dreams of getting a van or an RV or a yacht or whatever the fuck, all of the above, and traveling around the world, or, you know, I've always wanted to do a Pan-American tour where I could just like go all along the borders of this entire, these continents, you know, all the way around would be amazing. It would take a long time, but, you know, I've got time. I don't know if that's what I'm gonna do, but that's one of the things that I like to think about doing. regardless. In order to achieve something like that, I'm going to have to let go of the safety net of Social Security disability and be willing to make more money that would make me therefore ineligible for it. And therefore my safety net would be gone and I would be relying on myself and what I'm able to do right now. So is that scary? Fuck yes. Yes, it's terrifying. Do I really, I mean, what if I risk the stability that I have and I fail? You know, that's obviously a voice that's wanting to come forward and speak. But back to tarot, I'm being told consistently not to worry about it, that it's being taken care of, that I've been through so fucking much and I deserve some blessings and it's all being orchestrated behind the scenes and all I needed to do, all that I need to do is chill out and make content. That's it. So, we'll see where this goes. Again, the benefit of making these early videos that no one gives a shit about watching is that hopefully someday I can, you know, contrast where I'm at right now when I started and the end. Okay, so we're at 11 minutes. I'm gonna cut it for now. I'm still learning, guys, so bear with me about, you know, how long I talk and what I talk about or whatever. Till the next video, see ya.